where do you bring in the ultimate upgrade concept? Is it the first thing that you're introducing to people?
Yeah, usually.
Okay. So one of the things I'm noticing a lot of times, so like walk me through that kind of what, you don't have to role play it, but like what is your step by step? So like I'm a Cutco owner, I walk up to the booth. What's the first thing you talk to me about? How long have you had it? How do you like it?
Yeah,
What do you
what
have?
Luke always talks about. Yeah, what do you have? You probably noticed that a lot of the pieces are,
You use a couple that you all the time, a couple that you don't use them.
Just always talking about an ultimate upgrade as the first.
Okay. So I think that might be, and then you get a lot of people who go like, can I just buy a couple pieces? Can I just buy a couple knives, right? So I think that the first thing we have to do is not talk about the upgrade. The first thing we have to do is talk about the new stuff, right? There's a lot of new stuff you haven't seen yet. Can I give you the 2-minute update while you're here really quick, just for fun? By the way, and like Cutco owners too, like they get on guard really quick because they got sold before. So I love telling them like, hey, whether or not you want to buy anything while you're here is totally up to you. You know us, we're not high pressure, right? So, but just so you know, if you do see something that you like, we do have some exclusive packages that we're doing just for people who already own Cutco here at the fair, right? Because we've got these cool new programs and packages we've come out with based off feedback from our customers. But then now I'm going to pivot directly into showing new stuff because they're way more open to the idea of 4 or 5 new knives, right? So if I can get them excited about 4 or 5 new knives, then I'm going to circle around to be like, wow, okay, so it seems like you really like these. Is that, am I reading that right? Okay, great. Well, if you like these, then you're a great candidate for our upgrade program. Because I think when we bring out the upgrade right off the rip, like it's a little bit too much, too fast. So then people get scared by it, right? What I've adjusted in my approach, because I've been doing that for a few years, and I'm like, man, I am not selling upgrades as much as I used to. What is going on? So now I've pivoted over to, I got to get them excited about a few new pieces first, and then I can pull that back into the upgrade, right? So, and now the cool thing is, I know when the last time they had a knife sharpened was. I heard what their experience with sharpening has been like. And for most people, it's like, yeah, I've been meaning to get them sent back, but I just never get around to it. Like they're already expressing some challenges and concerns around that. And so now I have the information I need to position the upgrade as like, this is the thing to do. Like this is actually our featured package for the event. And actually it's very common. Most of our customers are actually doing this because you're knocking out 2 things at once, right? You're able to get your knives done and like feel confident that you're done with the knives, right? And now you're also able to get all your old knives sharpened. And instead of you having to do all the work to figure that out, we're going to do it all for you so that all you have to do is throw them in a box and drop them off to your pieces. And they're like, oh, I should do that. And like now my upgrade pitch is not like a 10-minute pitch anymore. It's literally like I'm taking 3 minutes to get them excited about a few new knives that have come out that they don't have yet. And I'm taking 3 minutes to just sell the concept of the upgrade. And then now they're asking me the buying question. So now it's their idea to want to buy something. And that's the thing they're asking. And then from there, I'm starting on the full upgrade. And then I'm either closing that or I'm dropping down from that to a builder upgrade or a companion set or a 5 piece or something like that. But get them excited about the new items first, 1 or 2 or 3 at a time, and then wrap it into the upgrade program. Yeah. Regardless of that, I think that one of the other things that helps me with onesie twosie people or twosie threesie people is just being real with them about like, hey, what this means for you. Like, you know, I've been doing this for 24 years. I've seen a lot of customers over the years. They kind of get 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. And this is almost how I'm pre-framing upgrades, right? Like, okay, so I've gotten interested in a few pieces, and now I'm like, you're a perfect candidate for our upgrade program. Can I show that to you? Sure. And now before I pitch it, I'm pre-framing it with like, yeah, you know what we found? The whole reason we created this program is because we found a lot of our clients get a set like this from a college kid like you have. They would fall in love with it, and then they come see some new stuff and they buy a couple pieces, and then a couple years later they see a couple more and they buy those, and then they get a catalog in the mail and they buy a couple more. And it's like over the years they're 2Z, 3Z, 4Zing themselves up to like the full complete set. And now they're like, man, I have all these knives in the drawer and the block on the counter and some knives on the wall. Like, what do I do with knives? So establishing that kind of problem, right? That struggle, that challenge. And then I'm like, and the great thing about our upgrade program is that helps you just like knock it all out in one shot. And then you can just be confident that you're done with it. And you can move on to the other stuff that our customers are working on, like the pots and pans, the forks and spoons, accessories, and eventually start doing gifts for family and friends. Because what better gift could you give than cocktail, right? And then they're like, they start doing what you guys are doing, which is like they start nodding, right? And they're like, oh, this all makes sense. So the logic is there. And now I've already got some emotion based on them liking some of the new knives. And so it's like, well, if you're going to get these and you're eventually probably going to end up getting more anyways, we should just look at the upgrade program, what that might look like for you. And then I use push away a lot, and I use options closing a lot. So like, I'm very much like, so if you want, just for fun, I can show you what the upgrade looks like. And then you could tell me whether or not that's even an option that you'd be interested in. Do you want to see it? Sure. Okay, cool. So now, just so you know, Coco, I'm going to show this to you. And like, if you don't like this, just let me know and I can show you there's multiple ways you can upgrade. So I can show you a different package if you want. And a lot of people don't do that because they feel like, or they fear like, like, oh, but what if, because I said that, they want to see a smaller option when they could have bought the bigger option. I lose the bigger option to say. My argument through experience is just that the person, like, I'm not afraid of saying that because the person that I would have lost the bigger option sale from, I would have lost because they didn't know there was a smaller option. And now I'm trying to introduce a smaller option to handle an objection, which turns it into a sales conversation versus a service conversation. So I'd rather say the service conversation up front to let them know that option's there. So I provide the option and the out, right? So, hey, we got options. There's also an out here. And if they decide they want to choose the out, I'm glad they know where the exit door is, because now instead of them being like, we're going to think about it, or we'll let you know and call you back, or can we grab your card? Now, instead they say, and it's rare that they do this because, when you do a good job, they want what you were showing them. But when they do it, they go, hey, you mentioned there's multiple ways to upgrade. Like, how does that work? Or what did you mean by that? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Are you thinking this is just more than what you're comfortable with right now? It is? Okay, cool. Hey, no problem. I'm so glad you said that because I'd hate for you to walk around and think about something that you're not even interested in. Let me show you this other option. But now it's their idea to look at the other option instead of me, right? So I'm not afraid of giving them the out because I want them to signal to me that that they need to take the out, because that just speeds up closing. So I will say I am selling more complete upgrades now than I was a year ago, just because of the transition I made to showing pieces, getting excited about that, going to the full upgrade as like, oh, this is a package that would make sense. Let me go ahead and show you this really quick. And then attaching that to the service, like the send back care package, like that 3 steps right there is like game changer, right?
Now, are you showing the upgrade on a sheet? Are you like?
So what I'm doing is I'm showing. So when I get to pricing, right? So
right, and which?
So the steps are kind of like, okay, I'm going to introduce the ultimate upgrade concept with the brochure, and I'm going to show them the first inner page that shows the block and the knives, right? And then I'm going to let them know, hey, and by the way, sometimes there's knives in here that people see that they don't think they would use. You could do it textbook just like it is right here. That's how most people do it. But if you feel like there's one you already have here or one that you don't need here, I open it up, I go, we can customize it. Usually breaking up customizing costs extra, but what I do for my clients who buy here at the fair is I'll go ahead and customize it for you for free. And I'll cover any upgrades that there may be to the customization costs. And they're like, oh, cool.
You cover that right away.
100%. Yeah. Yep. 100%. I want them to know they have that option, right? And so then I go back to
It's an objection.
correct. Then I go back to I close that page. I go right back to the thing. I'm like, are there any knives here you don't think? Or that you already have? Because at this point, like if it's one of my past customers, for an example, I might have already sold them a homemaker and they've already bought an extra cheese knife and 4-inch paring knife, right? And I'll be like, oh, cool. So we'll just swap those out and put other ones in, that in their place. Or, if they're like, well, what do I do with the extras? I'll be like, you could double them up in the block, or you could go with our super can upgrade, which now brings that in, right? And I can show them pictures of that. Or I can give you credit on this. What would you prefer, right? So, but regardless, to answer your question. So once we've kind of figured that out, and then they ask me the question, how much is it? Right? Or we get to the end and I'm like, so do you want to know how much it is? Right? Then I'm pulling out my book, right? Or your iPad. And I'm starting with, by the way, if you had the full complete Cutco collection.
Your price positioning with
the super
Cutco collection or just the knives?
The super. So just the super. I mean, I've already shown the Cutco Kitchen and
Sure,
collection
sure,
at this
sure, sure.
point because I'm talking about that very beginning of like the umbrella of what most people are working towards.
Okay.
Now that we're focused on knives and upgrades, I'm showing the Superfan set. Like if you had everything that Cutco makes, it actually fills up 2 of these blocks.
Sure.
I flip over the upgrade brochure and show the double block together, upgrade your upgrade. And then I show them the price of the Superfan set at the same time. You'll see it's like a $9,000 set. Now the cool thing is you're saying you don't want that whole thing. So like we're talking about this and I go to the regular Ultimate, that one's 4,600. But you're not going to pay that much because you already have your set. We're going to give you credit on that. So you're just going to pay the difference between the two. And then I go to like, let's see what your upgrade would cost. Now, depending on where I'm at, right? Am I doing table knives or are they excited about steak knives? Am I doing a full 9-piece upgrade with scissors and, you know, an ultimate block and, you know, 12 steak knives or 4 steak knives or 4 table knives? Like, or am I doing some customized version that has less pieces in it or whatever?
Sure, sure.
So sometimes I might do the calculator close, right? When it's like the customized version with only 7 pieces and we're doing a bunch of customization, all that stuff. Sometimes I'm doing like the page, we're only taking out 1 or 2 and putting different ones in, and we're doing 4 steak knives instead of 12, right? I'm going to the upgrade page in the sheets, right? And I always want to, if I can, show the upgrade with 12 steak knives.
Right.
If they already have steak knives, then I can be like, so your upgrade would normally be this much, but most people don't have the big steak knives. You were smart when you bought your set, you got the big steak.
Right.
Since you already have 8 of the big steak knives, the cool thing is I can give you credit on those 8 steak knives too, right? And then they go, you can. I go, yeah. So instead of your upgrade being 3,300, now your upgrade is actually only 250.
Right.
Right. Oh, plus we customized it a little bit. So like that actually drops your price because we took that cleaver out. So actually that saves you even this much. Oh, and also when you bought your basic set, you also got the cutting board sharpener, right? So you need another one of those? No? Okay, so I can give you another credit on that. So now I'm just crediting.
And then there's more, and then there's more, and then there's more.
Right. So I'm stacking the value through lowering the price for them based on their personal situation. And now they feel super taken care of, super special, right? And I'll be like, you guys are such smart shoppers because you bought your basic set with the big steak knives. Most people get it with a little. So that saved you a ton of money, you know, and now your upgrade just went from like what I just price positioned for you went from $9,000 to $4,600 to $3,300 to $2,300 to $1,999. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you're seriously considering this or not today, but if you are, I'm working on some really big goals right now. They're very important to me. So there's some extra special things I'm doing for my clients just to make it worth your while to like rip the Band-Aid off and just check this off a list.
So that's your dangler carrot.
Yep. And then, you know, so do you want me to go ahead and tell you about that?
Right. So that's suggestive.
And now, and again, when I'm saying that, I'm watching them like a hawk because when you ask that question, well,
right.
Their body language will tell you a lot about what you're interested. How interested are they? Like a lot of times their objections come up right away there. So, and then that's my signal. If there's any hesitation, that's my signal to slow down.
Right.
Ask more questions. Pull out the deal pad.
Right.
Get out the quad fold, stuff like that.
Bird's eye view, look at the data. Sounds like doing the 5-piece and then showing the upgrade is yielding better results for you.
I for sure sell more upgrades by generating interest first in new stuff and then wrapping that into the upgrade approach. And versus trying to boom, here's the upgrade.
Kind of like the Cutco kitchen. Most kitchens don't happen right off the rip. They happen through upsell.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so and oftentimes, like from a concept standpoint, people get that, and I think they're fine with the Cutco kitchen concept, and they're very easily think about it. What do? What if I just want to look at the knives?
Absolutely.
Right? They go to the smallest possible single thing. So it's very similar when you go, here's our upgrade program, you should do this. And they go, can I just buy 1 or 2 knives?
Absolutely.
So they go to the smallest option that they can. And now they're already shut down to that whole idea. You have to work them back up. So, and I've been doing that for like 2 years and my upgrade stats have plummeted. I've been trying everything I possibly can to fucking figure it out.
So the 5-piece transition is
so Luke and I have talked a lot about it, and we're also talking a lot with our mentees about it. And so with our mentoring group and with Luke and I, what we're finding is our upgrade stats are significantly increasing again because we pivoted over to let's get interest in pieces first, and then let's introduce the upgrade option as the perfect thing for the pieces that they find that they like.
Makes sense.
So
yeah.
And then now we've already position for them that pieces, like if they could do this, it's just an option. Let's at least look at it in case it works. And if not, by the way, we could do this.